the glitch that Mikey G wanted to show off?
Yes, in all the Dead Space games, there is a form of duplication that you can do by exploiting the way that this game generates new areas.
How long have I been here?
3 years.
So let's wait for this cut of dialogue to be over.
And brought you here for study.
Why can't I remember anything?
The marker you found imprinted your brain with a self-replicating signal. The longer you're awake, the more the signal spreads. It's killing you, Isaac. Tybin tried to keep it in check with memory suppressants.
You said you could fix it, right?
Only if you reach me in time. Tram station, get moving.
Anyway, so I believe this is still chapter 1. I just defeated the tripod. So what you're going to want to do is, before you even get into this area, right after you get stasis and you defeat the 2 pukers, you are going to go down an elevator. You're going to have a jump scare from Nicole. And once you get into that area, you don't want to pick up the power node that is behind that desk. So you don't pick up that power node. You get your suit and such. And you don't pick up the power node that's outside, inside the vacuum. You can pick things up, that's completely fine, but after you defeat the tripod, you don't want to pick anything up. So, you run all the way back to the beginning, and then you grab your power node with kinesis, and you're going to take it back with you into the tripod boss fight room. Being very careful to not pick it up.
They're ridiculous.
This game is a lot easier to exploit in the 3rd game because that game was made rather quickly. There's actually one area where you can constantly close and open a door, and the items inside the room will just keep regenerating.
Huh.
It's a very slow way to get infinite resources. Also, this can be done on any playthrough, be it new game or hardcore mode or anything like that. It doesn't matter. So you take it into this room here, this hallway I should say, and you put it down on one of these panels right before the door, and you just make sure that it doesn't slide to the bottom. It just stays right where you put it. So then you go back out. And then you go and get the other one.
Entering vacuum.
You can even throw it over if you want. That's completely fine. So long as you don't lose it, of course. Now you put this one on the other panel. You don't really want to put it in the middle for whatever reason. Just on the panels is fine. Just like I said, so long as they don't slide, it's fine. Now what you want to do is you run all the way back into the room where we got the first power node. Also, as I said before, make sure you don't pick anything up. Some people say that it might fuck up the glitch. Others say it won't, but I don't really like to fuck with those kind of things. So we run back into this room. And we wait here for about 15 seconds. That's fine. You don't really have to spend that much longer in here. Some people like to step back inside the elevator, but it doesn't really matter.
apparently you like to punch baby carriages.
That should be enough time.
Alright.
Then run all the way back.
I'm a little excited to see how this goes down.
Should work. I did do everything correctly. And it's supposed to work on all platforms. I've never tried it on the PlayStation 3 before. But it is supposed to be exploitable on all platforms, even PC.
Fitting vacuum.
Now, at the end of this room is a vent. You usually have to pass this line or this line. That's completely fine. You take the panel off the wall and expose the vent, and then you just get rid of it. For some reason, going past these lines, it generates the next area. So, some things that are left behind will sometimes come back. So, pick up one of the nodes and carry it over here. And I usually put it down over here on this square that I'm standing on. Then we go back and pick up the other one. For some reason the door is taking a very long time to open, for whatever reason. I don't really know why. And as you can see, the power node has been duplicated. So you go back, and then you place it down. You run back, open the door again. It doesn't take this long for the door to open on Xbox, and as you can see, the power node's it's back.
That's craziness.
So you just do this as many times as you want. The last time that I did this, I made about 120, I think 125 before I went to the next stage. And I was able to fully upgrade my rig, my stasis, and 4 of my weapons.
Wow.
And this doesn't just work with power nodes as well. You can also put 2 pieces of money side by side, and it'll reproduce the money. I'm not really sure if it works with the golden semiconductor, because there's only 1 of those semiconductors. I think you might need 2. But regardless, that is how you do the power node duplication glitch.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Alright. Now time for the actual episode.
Oh, one last thing that I should mention before we cut this part. There is a failsafe in the game to prevent this from happening. You can't continue in the game after this point, so there's no point in doing this. No, that was a joke. Essentially, a lot of people pile up like a bunch of power nodes. For example, say I make like 80 of them, and they're just like, oh, gee whiz, a bunch of power nodes. I'm just gonna pick them all up really fucking fast. Well, when you do that, and you have all these power node things that keep flashing on the screen over and over again every time you pick one up, the game is like, huh, you shouldn't be finding that many power nodes that rapidly, that quickly. So, very close into the next chapter, after you go through here, one of the doors that you have to go through to progress in the game will be locked, and you won't be able to go through it. So to counteract that, you essentially pick up a power node, you wait until the pop-up on screen disappears, and then you pick up another one. You could still pick them up relatively quickly. It's not like it's going to take all freaking day, but you can't just pick them all up rapidly like that, or else the game is just going to initiate the failsafe. Also, I don't believe that any more spawn after you pick up the ones that you place inside of the room. So, just keep kinesising them and carrying them over and putting them inside of the square. and then pick them up when you're finished. And that's it.
Alright. Well, that was actually long enough to be an actual episode.
Oh, yeah?
So we could just make that episode 3.
Alrighty then.
Alright, why the hell not? Well, I hope you enjoyed this little non sequitur part of Dead Space 2 where I didn't talk at all and Mike showed us a very interesting glitch that I certainly didn't know about. And I hope you guys exploit the fuck out of this game and do this. Well, this is Bottles. Later, guys.